What's up, YouTube? Handlebar Mike here with a pipe video. I want to talk about aromatics today. I'm smoking a Dagner cob filled with some Autumn Evening from Cornell and Deal, which is their proprietary red Virginia Cavendish, lightly cased with a delicious maple flavor. Um, Lightly cased, I think, is very uh, misleading. You open this jar, and next thing you know, the whole damn room smells like friggin' maple syrup. It's just some powerful juju in here. Uh, it's I don't know how I feel about this yet. All right. So let's talk about me and aromatics. I I never really smoked aromatics before. I got into pipe smoking. I was already a cigar smoker and a cigarette smoker at the time, so I skipped right into the big old nasty tobaccos instead. And I kind of never looked back. There's been a sprinkling of aromatics here or there throughout my piping life, but for the most part, it's been Englishes and Virginias and anything else that's non-aromatic for the most part. And I know that almost all tobaccos have some kind of a topping or whatnot applied to them, but nothing has ever been heavy like this. Where again, you open the jar and now you have a uh, maple syrup air freshener in your house. And I think a lot of the aromatics that I have had were not necessarily made aromatics. They were wet, which is gross. Um, I think the only exception to that, it's fine because I don't get much maple out of this, and that's the one thing that always bugged me about aromatics. They always smell so much better than they actually taste. Is how I always felt. I think the one major exception to that I found early on was the Dan Tobacco's Devil's Holiday. It smells like berries, tastes like it smells. It's a amazingly powerful juju there. But I think I'm going to explore a little bit more with aromatics and just try them out a little bit. Uh, just because I've never been into it, I've never been into that side of things, so there's really no reason for me not to. Uh, it's usually the other way around. People go from aromatics to Englishes and Virginias and whatnot. My journey's kind of taken me back the other way, but uh, it might be an interesting and fun journey. We'll see how it goes. This stuff is pretty good. I again, I only had a couple bowls of it so far. Um, I definitely get some mapley, some mapleness, I guess you can say. I'd like to try some more aromatics that aren't necessarily Cavendish. I'd like to see some more aromatics that the casing and toppings play well with the natural tobacco leaves like Virginias or um, some other English blends with some Orientals maybe and stuff like that. And I think that Sam's Flake is supposed to be considered an aromatic because it has that Tonquin bean topping. And I'm absolutely loving that tobacco. I really am enjoying that one. So if that is considered an aromatic, I don't consider it a aromatic to the quality or the to not say quality, but to the level of something like this Autumn Evening. This is a true aromatic in my opinion. It's a Cavendish blend, which a lot of aromatics are, which is basically just a delivery system for the toppings is how I kind of look at it. So if you have any recommendations of non Cavendish based aromatics, feel free to leave some comments down below, and I'll try to pick some up and let you know what I think and that sort of thing. But oh well. Um, Thanks for listening to me ramble about aromatics. Hopefully, I'll get some suggestions for stuff to try. with that, don't forget, pack a bowl, light it up, burn it down, relax, enjoy. I'll see you guys online next time.